Hey guys, welcome back to Unstockable Trading. In this video, I want to give you my very quick and easy view on the S&P and what am I looking at. And there are two trade opportunities I'll be looking at. And for those of you who like the way I play, we are gonna talk about EA Sports. So let's get started. Well, Trump. President Trump is President Trump. You can't really do anything about that dude. One tweet dropped the whole market. One tweet dropped the whole oil prices. You gotta be expect the unexpected, I suppose. I broke my rule for not holding things over the weekend, and I held a lot of stuff over the weekend and some puts, but for hedge. But that's okay. Everything was down quite a lot today. Like my SPY puts this morning. Like I bought some more puts on Friday to hedge my calls. Uh, I had 15 puts, but then at the end of the day, I on Friday I sold 10. I only have five, but those five were up like an enormous amount. But then my calls they were down so much that my puts cannot offset my loss. But that's okay because we rally all the way back to 29.32. So is this still a buy the dip? If you ask me, I say not yet. You wait. Let me just show you guys how to draw a very simple trend line. Okay, so if you want to do a trend line, you look at like for me personally, I do 1 hour, 4 hours, to have a better understanding of what's going on and in the bigger time frame. So maybe I'll do 2 days, maybe one day, because this Monday can we do 2 days? Because Friday is bogus. Anyhow, we have to know the top right here, right? So with trend lines, you find the top, you find the bottom, and then you connect the dots. So basically, like right here, this is what we should be. We should be within this line. It's not perfect, but we can have a just like a brief look of what's going on, and then from the low to high, and this is what we have right here. Isn't this so cool? So you have a trend line from this perspective, from the downtrend, and a trend line from the uptrend. So where we are? We are inside this very tight range right here. So what's gonna happen? I'm not gonna like being I'm not gonna say buy the dip is the way, but I'm not gonna say short this rip. It's another way of doing it because first of all, we were quite like bullish, or not very bullish, but then we gapped down and then we only closed what, 11 points down at closing, even though there was some kind of news after hour that caused us kind of drop again. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to. I'm gonna wait for a confirmation before I enter average down on my duration calls. So I'm not gonna pour more money into calls. At the same time, I'm going to hedge myself with some TVIX or some SPY puts, small amount, because we dropped so much. Yeah, the more the room, there should be a more downside to maybe 28.85. But this bullish move today, I don't think we are going to go down this fast. I mean, anything can happen with the news, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to buy anything as for now. I'm gonna hedge myself, but I'm not going to average down my calls until a clear confirmation, since we are below the 10 days moving average, and then we have the stupid news in after hour. But hey, the TA stance. This is the upper channel. This lower channel. We are in getting this tight range. So just be on the lookout for breakout or breakdown. Again, I don't know what's gonna happen because I cannot predict the news. Okay, so that's my stance on the S&P. Now let's take a look at NVDA. I got like a one call on NVIDIA this morning. I opened. Should have bought more, but that's okay because we bounced off 173-ish, 174-ish level. I mean, those lines I drew are for a reason. So if you watch my video, you need to pay attention to the key levels I have. So just look at this. We bounce off here, and then we get rejected. 180. Wow, that's so simple, right? Yeah, it is. You just keep it simple. You look at the support, you look at the resistance, and then when some kind of massive movement happens, you can just not assume, you can just know that, okay, what's the next level it's gonna drop to. So I got some around here in rolled away up here. I'm holding 16 NVDA calls, May 24th, 190 call. I still strongly believe that we are going to skyrocket after earnings. Uh, if we go down, like break it, go all the way down, I might have to call loss because my calls are too far away if it's gonna keep going down. So the next one I want to be looking at is Amazon. Surprisingly, my June Amazon calls are like up 25, 27 bucks. Like surprise. But yeah, anyhow, as you can see, we close at 1950. After hour drop like 6 7 points, but that's okay. You know why? Because it is still in this upper channel. We just kind of fill this gap to the downside. That is a healthy sign. So I'm still gonna hold my Amazon call because they are expired in June 21st. No point on selling those two calls. And if we keep on dropping tomorrow and then we go to like 1900 or like 1890, 80, 1880, the previous low, I'm gonna buy a dip because I strongly believe that Amazon is going to 2000, especially Amazon with Warren Buffett, like Berkshire Hathaway buying it, and then people are chasing it. I think Amazon will have a pop to the upside when the trend turns bullish. That's what my June calls are okay. Um, the next one I'll be looking at is maybe some of the earnings play on electronic arts. So we are in this kind of very boring, choppy consolidation from 100 to like 95, 93. Something is going to happen, and earnings is coming up tomorrow after hour. So what's most likely gonna happen with this? When you look at what's the upside potential, 151. What's the downside potential? Let's look at a 5-year chart. $60. We're looking at immediate support around 77, 77 bucks, and then next one I'm looking at down here 73. With the resistance, we are just be at around the we'll be looking at right here the 100 at the 200 days moving average. So I think, okay, this is my my perspective. Okay, so EA, and then when you look at ATVI, Activision Blizzard. So they both have the same platforms when doing business. So just think about Twitter and Facebook, right? So Twitter beat earnings, Facebook also beat earnings, and I look back in history when Twitter beats, Facebook beats, but it doesn't mean that they'll go up. Activision Blizzard actually beat the earnings per share and also the revenue, I think, but their projection in the near future was lower, so they have bad guidance, and the stock tanked like 7% that day. I think I'm going to expect the same thing with EA. I think EA is going to go down, but not much. I don't think it's worth playing it. You can play EA after, okay, after a gap down earnings, and then you step in. What do you step in? You step in at calls. Just look at ATVI. First day, boom, right? Like 8%, 10%. I don't know how much this is, but it's a lot, right? Next day, who cares? Can all the way back up. Oh yeah, right here. So ATVI dropped on a last week, like that, and then we came back up. So with Activision Blizzard, there are two scenarios you need to look at. One, we gap down earnings. You don't want to place a bet on EA because I think EA and ATVI have very similar platforms. Even though EA has like I don't know, like the Call of Duty games they have, whatever they have, the new one came out, but if they lower their future guidance, the company stock is gonna drop. It doesn't matter if they beat the revenue or the EPS, they're still gonna tank. So for my play, I'm going to wait until a gap down. I'm gonna enter 2 weeks out calls and then play it. If it gaps up, I'm not gonna touch it because it could drop more or it can go up. I don't know. But one thing I know for sure that if it gaps down, it's gonna come back up. Okay, so that's my stance on electronic arts, and I think that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.